Hello guys, this is a KLR 250. Don't know why I have such a problem saying that every time. And I found it sitting in a garden in the middle of London, and it's been sat there for 2 or 3 years now, exposed to the elements. I have 0 parts for this bike, and today I'm going to see if I can get it to fire up. But first of all, let's give you guys a little bit of a walk around, because it's had a bit of a hard life. I think this is an indication that it's probably done a little bit of work in 2023 and then sat in a garden ever since. Now, I know that this event, I believe, is in the Pyrenees. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the last thing it did. So it's definitely probably had a little bit of a hard ending before it was put in a garden. You've still got all the leaves and cobwebs from where it was pulled out. Like I said, I've done absolutely nothing. Maybe we'll hit it with a bit of a clean today as well if we can get it running. It's definitely got some moss security. If you know, you know. Still got some mud. It's got a deck pipe on the back. It is a 1989. I'm pretty sure the chain has seen better days. I think we're yet to find a bike that doesn't need a chain and sprockets, are we? It is a double overhead cam 4-valve. Yeah. I think this might be a jet wash bike. What do you reckon? It's got some Renthal bars. Not sure what this is. Maybe a, yeah, USB connection there. 26,000 miles on the clocks that are loose with some wire around. The levers are snapped. Oh, that one's loose as well. Can I move the throttle? No. Oh, yes, I can. Yeah, the throttle's definitely moving. I wonder what the tank's like. You guys are... God, Jesus. Oh, that's good. The tank looks new inside. Well, everything's coming undone. It's got to be a good thing. Do the same on this side, get the panel off. That should be the seat off. Happy days. The seat is in fairly good nick, actually. Let's see how the tank comes off. See if we can find a. Let's see if we can find a spark plug. Oh, that one ain't coming off. Yes, they are. They got nuts behind. Oh, knocking the camera. Sorry, guys. There we go. Fuel pipe actually seems quite wobbly. I'm just going to assume the fuel is no good. I must admit, it doesn't smell horrendous. We've had worse, but we'll drain it. See what it's like. Let's get some of nature off, shall we? Actually, I wonder. Everything feels like it needs some lubrication. See if it kicks over. Yeah, it's free. I suppose that's good news. Well, I don't suppose that's definitely good news, isn't it? Right. See if we can get this HT lead and spark plug out. HT lead boot is a bit split up there. Yeah. Okay. Should we call this Apache's top tip, which is clean out the spark plug hole before you take the spark plug out, because any dirt or crud that's in there is going to fall into the cylinder. So, sorry, get your words out, Dino. I'm concentrating and trying to talk at the same time. Clear the crud out of the spark plug holes on any engine you're working on before you take the spark plug out. Otherwise, everything's going to fall into the cylinder. And we don't want that. And I have quite a bit of crud down there. Fantastic. Right. I've given it a good clean out in there, guys. I ended up having to put a bit of degreaser down there and wash it all out because there was a lot of dirt in there. So these are an 18 mil spark plug. You know, the hex size is 18mm. But you do need a very thin-walled socket on these. Most people use the one that comes in the toolkit. This hasn't got the toolkit, but luckily I had a socket that fits. I thought that one of the sockets was going to be sacrificed to the lathe to make it thinner, but we got it. Right, good. I think that's undone. One spark plug. One very manky spark plug. Let's see if we can clean that up and see if we got a little spark, shall we? Right, first problem, guys. That's not too encouraging, is it? End of that HT lead is as green as you like. And it pulled right off. And also, I don't know, I need to do a little bit of research. Do these need a battery to fire up? I don't know. If you guys know, pop it in the comments. It is CDI, doesn't look like it's points. So I'm going to guess it probably needs some form of battery. I wonder if the battery will hold any charge. Battery is here, behind the left-hand side panel. Right, while we're attempting to get some life into the battery, which I can tell you now, guys, is unlikely. Maybe we can get the boost pack on it. Let's not give up yet. See if we can sort this HT lead out. I should probably start to get a little bit of a list together. In actual fact, I think it's going to be a big list, isn't it? Let's have a little look in the end of the coil. Actually, I'm just going to wind that plug in because we've got dirt falling off everywhere. Okay, don't know if you guys can see it, but you can't. Maybe the end of the coil looks all right. Okay. I had a bit of HT lead kicking around and it looks like it might work. I don't know. Let's try. Be cool if it does. Let's flip round and have a little look. Yeah. It's not as long as it needs to be, but for the purpose of firing it up, it looks like it might work. Right. Let's see if we can get some power to it, shall we? Right, guys. So, replace that bit of ignition lead. And let's see. We have got a spark. I just don't think you guys can see it. Let me try and cram the camera in there. There we go. think that called it once. The biggest problem was me. I had the kill switch in the wrong place. Because the writing's rubbed off, I assumed that engine stop was in the middle, so I was trying it either side. Turns out, middle is run, and obviously the ignition is on. Right. Excellent stuff. We've got a spark. That's a big step forward. Let's have a look at the dreaded carburettor now. Right. Let's have a look at the carb. It looks like it's a bit of a nightmare to get off. So I'm half tempted to try it, guys, and put some fresh fuel in. I'll show you the fuel that we drained out in a second. I'm half tempted to put some fresh fuel in the tank. I suppose we better check the oil. Let's see if anything runs out of the bottom of the float bowl. That is not a good sign. Focus. It's crustier than a crusty thing. Hey, right. I'm still gonna try it. Throttle's doing something. Choke. No. Ah, that's not the choke cable, is it? That's the one of the throttle cables has snapped, isn't it? That should be one going down to there. Silly Dino. What's also interesting is that there is a water pipe coming off this water housing going to, it's definitely going to the carb. I mean, it's not going to be water cooled, is it? It must be to stop it freezing up on cold days. I don't know. If you guys know, pop it in the comments. You know, I've seen pipes coming off of exhaust manifolds to stop carbs freezing up in the winter. But I've never seen, I don't think I've ever seen a water feed going to a carburettor to keep it warm. The coolant's not warm until the bike's running, although it will take a little while for a carb to freeze up if you remember. It's not really a thing these days, is it, I suppose? All right, let's check the oil, then have a look at the fuel and put some fresh fuel in it and see what happens, shall we? We've got a sight glass down here, of which, oh yeah, I can see some oil in it. You guys can't though, can you? Let me move you. I don't know if you can see that sight glass very well, guys. If I tip the bike up, yeah, there's oil in there. Let's see if this cap will undo. And if it's got a dipstick. Nope. All right, well, when the bike's up straight, the sight glass is over half, so we've got some slippery stuff in there. You can see, again, if I move you into a position where you can see, there we go. Replacement lead and plug is not ideal because it should have a long sort of Bakelite plasticky type plug cap to bring it up here. I'll have to get a new one, but for the purpose of today's exercise to see if it will run. I'm assuming that will do. I've also noticed that the fan doesn't want to spin. It's had a little bit of a whack, shall we say. God, I think it'd just be 20 times better if it just had a good clean, which it's going to get in a minute. It doesn't smell too bad at all. And I know that it's not a bad colour either. I know there's some crud in the bottom there that you guys can see, but a lot of that has dropped off the bottom of the actual tank itself while it's been resting on here. But inside of the tank is absolutely mint. So let's just put some fresh fuel in. We've got oil, we've got spark, compression feels good. The carburettor is probably the biggest question mark now because it doesn't look great in there. Let's put some fuel in it and kick it over and see what happens, shall we? Right, let's put the fuel tank back on. Let's just evict a few more of these spiders. Fuel pipe back on. Right. Let's get a drop of the government's finest in it. That should be enough to hear it run. Let's turn the fuel on, see if we got any leaks. Got you in the wrong place as usual, guys. I was just going to undo the carb again, see if any fuel pours out the bowl. That would be a good start, wouldn't it? Nothing. Let's muck around with the fuel tap. I know it's working because I've just drained all the fuel out of it. Or have I not put enough fuel in? Right. We need to go up like that. Not a sniff. I'm gonna, can you see? The sun's in the worst place possible. I'm gonna whip this coolant tank off. I think it's an expansion bottle. See if I can see the fuel pipe going to the carb. There it is there. Ooh, I can hear coolant, that's good. Okay, let's whip it off and have a look. So, come on. Cable. Let's whip the tank back off. Reposition you. There we go. So, there's one. This one's redundant. There's a cable snapped. So we'll have to have a new one of those. Can I undo this? Clamp does not look in the greatest of conditions. It is moving though. I've got a cable tie around the boot to the airbox. I'm wondering if I can pull this boot out and it will give me enough space. Hopefully you guys can see, maybe not. Yeah, let me show you. There's a boot here. I'm going to try and get that boot out like that. Carb's coming off already. Maybe it's going to be easier than I thought. Okay, that's the boot out. We've got a choke cable and we've got this water pipe. A water pipe on the other side. And I know we're halfway there now, but I reckon coming out the other side would have been a lot easier. Just the choke cable left. There's a plastic nut. That's what needed undoing, not the Allen key. So just here, guys, you can see that or not. There's just a plastic nut here. Hopefully you guys can see that. The sun's so bright out here. Not complaining. There we go. Looking at that, I'm going to say it's not a choke, it's an enrichener. Right. Carb looks clean, guys. Can you see that? Looks clean there. Looks good that side. Slides moving. Wonder if we just whip the float bowl off and have a little inspection, give it a little clean. Right, let's see what this is like. Flathead screws. That's unusual. I thought the JIS screwdrivers were coming out. I wonder if they were meant to be, sorry, if they were always flatheads. Ew. Okay, you see that? Lots of schmooey stuff. Actually, yeah, the float needle's stuck. Okie dokie. I think we can sort that, guys. How well can you guys see this? Oh, to be good with a camera. Yeah, I can't even pull it out. It's so stuck in there. Uh-oh. See that? How well can you guys see that? Lots of nastiness. Okay, let me see if I can pull it out with some pliers. Yeah. Oh, again, you guys can't see it. There we go. Just a load of gunk. Right. Let me give it all a temporary clean up. It clearly needs a rebuild and to go in a fizzy tank to clean it right up. Let me just see if I can clear the jets through and get it all moving nicely. It's moving now. Let's just hope it seats. Don't do what I'm doing here, guys. This needs a full rebuild. And I've said it a million times now, trying to see if we can get it firing today. Right, it's not even close to being anywhere near what it needs to be, but I think that it will be all right for us just for today, till we can get a carb kit even. Carb kit, that's a completely different thing. Yeah, that's moving now. Before we go back together, just spotted something else, guys. I can't actually blow through the fuel pipe. Has it all crusted up in there? Uh-oh. Let me show you what I'm doing. This is my fuel feed in. This is where the needle valve seats. So if I blow through here, I should be able to feel it coming out of there, or hear it coming out of there, and I can't hear a thing. I can barely blow through it. Right, I had to take some drastic measures, guys. So we had a blockage here. So fuel in, up to here, needle valve, and it was blocked in here. I can't get that out. That brass piece, I think, is pressed in. Probably wouldn't have helped that much if I got it out. So I just warmed this bit up very, very gently. Got it really hot, blew through it, and then all of the gunk just came spewing out of here. So now we're nice and clear. Maybe you can hear it. And we got fuel running through nicely. So hopefully, with a bit of luck, it will fill the float bowl with fuel now. Oh, forgot to press record, guys. How frustrating is that? So, choke cable's back in, carbs in. Let's go back round the other side and connect it all up. Oh, don't know what's wrong with me today, guys. Keep forgetting to press play. So we've got the carb in, had to slacken the clamp off. I think it had been over tightened and started to push the carb out of the rubber, so I slackened it right off, got the carb seated nicely, got it done back up, got the rubber boot in here. I've left it only had cable ties on it. I've left those off for a minute. We can put the throttle cables back in on this side now. Just gonna slot the tank on over your heads, guys. And we can get the fuel pipe back on. So we chance it and put the reservoir back on. What do you reckon? Right, it gets its first new part. Come around to this side, get you guys, hopefully you can see this. So now I'm really hoping, yeah, if I undo that, if you look down there, you can see that there's some fuel coming out. So hopefully, apologies, I'm hitting the camera, when the float bowl fills up, it will stop and it won't leak. Throttle, yeah. So we've got a spark, we've sorted out the carb, we've got oil. Sounds like there's compression when we kicked it over, although I haven't checked it. Shall we see if it starts? Right, father-in-law's going to kill me because this is his freshly rotavated bit of ground, which I've just trampled all over and rolled a bike on. Sorry, Chris. I haven't kicked a bike over in a long time, or so I thought. I actually kicked a TS 250 over last year, if I remember correctly, or maybe the year before. My old man will know. Let me know, Dad. Right. How many kicks do you reckon, guys? Put a guess in the comments below. That's on. Fuel's on. Ooh, that sounded like something. Yes! I was going to say it's idling. It's not. It is idling. It's going to wind me up now, isn't it? Hey, that's a lot better than I thought it'd be. I don't know how many kicks that was. We'll work it out in a minute. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. It nearly idles. It's got an exhaust blow. Apart from that, sounds all right. It runs. That's good. Proper chuffed with that, guys. Shall we give it a little bath and see if it looks any better? I'm really chuffed with that, guys. Should we give it a little wash and see if we can make it look a little bit better before I do a parts list and tell you how much I paid for it? So let's hit it with a jet wash first. Right, guys, we've got it running. Fantastic. We've given it a little bit of a bath, washed off some of the mud. It's already looking a lot better. There's a long, long way for it to go. I told you guys I'd tell you how much I paid for it. I paid £700 for it from said garden where it was sat. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's what I was looking for. It's running. I'm happy. I've already had a day's worth of fun on it with the spanners. Everyone's a winner in my book. You only live once. So what's our plans? My plan is to take it along to a couple of vintage Enduro events next year. There's 4 of them. Northeast Enduro Club in Northumberland. Hope I've got that right, guys. Sorry if I haven't. There's 4 events in the spring and the summer. So I'm going to go along. I've already checked the bike is eligible, and it is. I'm going to go along and have some fun and give it a go for the first time. Why not? So do me a favour, guys. If you want to see what I cleaned it with, watch last week's detailing video on my Ducati. So all the snow foams and everything I use. I'll put a link to that on the screen at the end of this video, along with another one. Smash subscribe, hit like, drop us a comment below, and do me another favour. Get yourself an old bike, get the spanners out, and give it a go. See what you can do. Have a bit of fun like I am. I'm Dino. This is Patch's Repair Shop, and I'll catch you guys next week.